A little bit stressful, Shane, but I imagine a huge amount of pride after the results in the first couple of rounds.
Yeah, exactly, Lara. It was very, very stressful because done a lot of good stuff, and to get that close, and always have in the back of your mind that one of those errors that we, in the last 10 minutes we still had a few errors in us, and giving them opportunities, and they're a class unit, class club. You can't give those sort of people, Munster and Pappenhausen opportunities on your try line, but they had a bit of resolve about us today, so it was great.
46 tackles they had to make in the 20. I don't know that we've seen that from the Dragons in a long time, to be able to keep a team like that out.
Yeah, exactly. And in the first 2 weeks, that's where we've been really poor. We let, I think, at the Bulldogs, they'd strolled over for 2 easy tries, and South definitely scored 2 tries from dummy, one from dummy half and one untouched. So that was really pleasing, our try line D. But also, I just don't want to do that much of it. A lot of errors put us in that position, and good sides like Melbourne and Penrith don't put themselves under pressure, and we put ourselves. I think we're a good footy side, but we can't put ourselves under pressure like we did today, because we're not going to be able to do those type of things, 48 tackles, whatever, on our try line week in, week out. So we need to be smart.
Was he cranky Cookie over try, and did he deliver on the promise of giving you guys a top line?
It was a solid bye week, but we trained pretty hard, but we knew that's all we could do is get back in there and keep training hard and keep trusting the process that we had and what we're doing. We just had to stick to a game plan and defend a lot better, and I think that's what Dino, defensive coach, and Shane will be most happy about, is how we defended our try line, and obviously discipline's a big work on, but got the result.
Shane, that bench dummy half role has become really important in the game. Billy Walters, Talon De Silva and Jacob Little. It's not the first time this season he's come up with a really big play. How fitting is it with the game on the line that he's the guy who steps up to ice it?
Yeah, it's great, and Cookie did some really good stuff at 13 there for a bit, because his experience is crucial. And then when Jacob comes on, hookers these days in the middle part of the field, they're making a lot of tackles and doing a lot of work, so you can't expect the beach sprinter to have his beach sprinting best at the back end of halves or in later things. So Liz comes on and gives us that bit of speed out of dummy half and another threat, so it's really important, and they're doing a good job tag team. Liz had a bad pre-season, had 3 hand surgeries, so didn't train a lot, so he's coming good at the right time.
How about Jaden Silly's effort to still have the energy at the end to come up with some good plays?
Yeah, well, and that's what we expect of Jaden. I look at him as an origin back rower. We treat him as such. We expect that type of stuff, and when you need him for a big run or a tackle that he made today, that's what origin players do. They come up with those type of plays. So it was really pleasing that he's coming back into form and made some big plays today.
You have some new players in the team, 3 in the spine. Is there an element of that these things can take a bit of time to adjust for the whole team? Like, it's only round 4, you get this massive win, it gives you confidence, but there is an identity you have to just rediscover.
Yeah, I said I was never going to use the 3 spine players as an excuse to whatever the start of the season looked like, because I think they've trained well, and the connection that they've got and the form in the trials and what I saw in pre-season training showed me that Gutho and Cookie in particular, they don't need time in game times. They've played enough games, and they're good enough to just switch on if it's Gutho at the back. And obviously we've got to adjust a little bit with Lockie, because Lockie missed the whole year last year, so him coming into our spine and giving him a bit of time to adjust and play some NRL, because he hasn't played for 12 months and he's had a bad injury. So our spine is not the excuse when we don't win games, but it's definitely a positive when we do win games, because they've had a bit major contribution to it.
There will be so many big defensive moments today, but if I can ask you about one attacking moment, the debutant Dylan Egan, and his carry resulted in the penalty and then the go-ahead try. Does that run sort of sum up what you've seen from him over the last 3 or 4 years?
Yeah, definitely. I was excited to watch him debut, just seeing how hard he works to train. Didn't know nothing about him before, obviously getting to the Dragons. But he's an effort-based player. All the boys love him in the team as well, and he never lets anyone down. So, and that's one of the best debuts I've seen from a young guy too. Came in against the quality side, Melbourne, and definitely at the end getting that penalty was a big reason why we could close it out.
pivotal moment, Flano, that carry from the youngster?
Yeah, as Cookie said, he's just one of those kids that he's going to have a long future in the NRL. He trains so hard, he knows his footy, he moves well, and determination and attitude, top shelf. So, long career for Dill Egan.